Hi, it's Mandy from Roaring Twenties Events. We have our big event coming up on January 18th, 2020. It will be 100 years since the 1920s, which is hard to believe, but the 1920s was quite a commemorative time. It's sort of in the back of people's minds, but actually a lot of people don't know as much about the 1920s. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit to get excited for the event on January 18th. So if you've never really learned about anything in the 1920s, even though it was filmed later on, I actually recommend Singin' in the Rain. It's definitely a much later interpretation of the 1920s, but it does give you a little bit of a look at some of the flapper and Hollywood culture, in particular the transition from the talkies and into talking pictures from the silent film. So that's quite amazing. Plus it has Gene Kelly, who is fabulous. You'll like him if you've never seen a film before, and it's one of the greatest, if not the greatest musicals of all time. So check that out. But if we want to go back to a little bit more classic 1920s, you might look at some of the famous flappers like Clara Bow and Lulu. Here we have Louise Brooks. So Louise Brooks really, she became very definitive of the flapper look, and especially that bob with the bangs and that whole look. And she was kind of the wild movie star who represented that wild flapper, and she was really a huge star at the time, just massive. So you can check her out and just look up a little bit of the flapper culture. You know, this is coming out of a very disciplined time to a much wilder time, especially for women, and that shaped the culture. And it was very wild, lots of covert drinking, and women feeling a lot more free, which is one of the reasons maybe why so many women are attracted to this event. So gentlemen, you should come too. We have lots of women so far who've shown interest. And just very quickly, this is a book that a friend in New York City gave me that's about the speakeasies, a little bit more of the 30s, but they did start in the 20s. So there's some really neat kind of imagery here that sets the mood of that time period. So can't wait to see you January 18th, 2020. And you can get tickets on sale at roaring20events.com, and I can't wait to see you there.